This is Chris Kelly with just a quick mobility case study on restless leg syndrome and one-sided back pain. Okay, so my dad was having some problems. We were at the Super Bowl last night, or we were watching the Super Bowl last night. Had some tingling down the back of his leg, and it's something he's commonly experienced. And so we broke it out. We did some muscle testing, of course, on his floor. And what we found is that his right hip was compressing. Okay, and this is oftentimes what happens when our hip external rotators get tight. Okay, and so anytime we have tightness here, there's a nerve that passes through these muscles that goes down the back of our legs. So if these muscles get really tight, puts a squeeze on the nerve, and we start to get either tingling or just kind of like radiating discomfort down here. So I'm going to show you two quick solutions. What we're going to do is we're going to take a ball here, and we're going to put it on the outside of the hip. All right, these are muscles called the obturator muscles. Okay, and these are really kind of chief facilitators to compress the hip. So what I want to do is just kind of let this sink in here. Okay, and I'm just kind of working in and out. Okay, and this really hurts, which means that I need it. So I'm just releasing this for about a minute, 2 minutes. I don't want to go too long because we can actually create some damage there. But I'm just releasing, I'm just letting this go, telling this muscle to turn off a little bit, moving up and down. Okay, just moving slowly, controlling. Okay, and then I'm going to do an exercise called a half kneeling hip extension with external rotation. So in order for us to have a healthy hip, as the hip comes behind the body, it's naturally going to do what's called depress. And what happens is if my hip is compressed by these muscles all the time, I get my leg behind the body and it doesn't do that. My hip kind of stays hiked up. And so there's constant pressure in this area. So it's like kind of just tweaking all the time. So this is a good stretch to kind of undo that. So I'm coming into half kneeling, I'm here. What I want to do is just kind of turn my foot to the inside. Now, what we're trying to do is get a stretch kind of in this area. My foot's kind of coming to the inside. I'm just kind of coming out diagonally here, and I'm just slightly leaning forward, right? I'm tightening my butt cheek. I'm trying to extend from my hip, okay, versus arching my back, okay, because that's what we want to stay away from. So knee is in, abs are tight, leaning forward. Again, feeling stretch here. Holding for about maybe a minute to 2 minutes. And all I'm thinking about doing is squeezing my butt, tightening my abs. And when you're gonna get up, what that's actually doing is it's helping to reset your hip, kind of pull those joints apart, really give you some nice support, and a good way to kind of relieve tension in those areas. Try that if you are experiencing restless leg syndrome, 1 to 2 times a day, and you're really gonna notice some quick relief.